Hi guys, and welcome back to episode number 6. Today we're talking about this place here, the studio, and we're going to do a wee tour around about the studio. Roll the intro. So hi guys, welcome back. I'm actually thinking about changing that intro. I really liked it when I first started making videos, but I think it's kind of boring. What do you think? Comment below, let me know, because I'm really starting to kind of think it's very good. So this is the audio area. This is where I do editing of audio stuff. I use KRK Rocket 6 monitors, and that goes through a PreSonus monitor station, and I've got 2 Samsung monitors here that allow me to reference and edit at the same time, all running off a Mac Mini, and that's about it for this computer. This is not very high spec, it's not the greatest, it's just capable for doing what I need it to do. I might upgrade the RAM soon, I don't know. But it's a not bad setup, and while I'm here, I forget to change that all the time. Neville, if you're watching, thank you for the calendar, I do appreciate it. It's just I'm not here enough to keep flipping that over. We're halfway through April, and that's me just thank you. That area is just a seating area for guests when they want to pop in for a wee visit and have a wee chat, things like that. I intend to use that as a scene for maybe doing interviews, things like that. So this is the room in its entirety. There's a little shelf up here that I have just for putting things on there. Sometimes when I'm doing photo shoots, if a model doesn't have something to hold, I can use some of the flowers that are there, the fake flowers, and there's a little bottle and vase thing up here somewhere. Just make it look nice while it's not in use, I suppose. This is where the seating area is, that's where that computer desk is. Got my name right here, and this is where I do photo shoots and stuff. I also have a selection of 3 colour backdrops. I have white, black and red. Don't use them very often. Use them a bit, but they cost a lot of money. I really should make them more useful because well, they cost a lot of money. In here though, this is where most of the magic happens. This is where I'm shooting the back to basic tutorials. Everything's done in here. I've got a different computer in here. It's the same desk setup, everything. I try to keep everything as much the same as possible. For example, in the drawers, the top drawer has pens. I have the same OCD. I have the same number of pens. I have black, blue and red. I've got markers, sellotape, I've got scissors, staplers, staple removers, and each drawer on the top on this desk and in this desk here is exactly the same. The middle drawers, I've got stuff in the drawers that are relating to the room use. So everything in the middle drawer here is audio related. Everything in the middle drawer through here is photography and cinematography related. Lens caps, filters, things like that, all in the middle drawers there. And bottom drawers are for cleaning stuff for each room. I've got wipes here and cloths and air fresheners and stuff in each room. So very, very anal about I want this place to be as productive as possible so that I'm not searching for things. I just know exactly where everything is, so I can just go straight to it. I try to, if I've got the same things in each room, I try to keep them in the exact same locations on the desks so that I'm not spending ages looking for it. So this is the editing suite. This is where I shoot the Back to Basics tutorials. One thing to mention that is of interest in here is this part here. It's my charging point. This is where I charge everything that I use for making videos. So I've got my drone batteries here, I've got my drone controller here. I have a little USB charger here that's got 12 points on it that I can charge 12 items. So if I'm charging my gimbals, I'll put them on a desk just behind the computer and I can just plug them into the USB points here. I've got batteries on charge here for my lights, and I've got camera batteries charging down here. I've got little boxes here for elastic band things that you can use to secure things to these pegboards, and just normal rubber bands. This one's empty, but usually that's full of batteries like AA's and AAA's. Some 9-volt batteries. Got a pen holder just over here, and I've got my name up in the wall. So in each location I have lights set up so that they're permanently, not so much permanently, but they're always ready to go. If I want to come in and make a video, I'm not far from setting lighting up. I tend to just, if it works on one video, leave it, and unless I'm going to change a scene roundabout, then I shouldn't have to worry about setting the lights up. All I should have to do is just worry about switching them on, and that's it. So behind me here is my Windows computer that you can see just here. This is the new computer that I got recently. This is 24 gig of RAM in it, and it's an AMD processor. It's not the most powerful. It does allow me to edit videos, but the graphics card in it needs to be replaced. It's not a great graphics card, so I will be replacing that soon. But it's a wireless keyboard, wireless mouse, and again this desk is exactly the same as the one out there, so everything that's in the drawers is exactly the same as I've already mentioned. There's no point in going through all of that. I try to keep the two rooms as clean as possible so that if anybody's want to come in unexpected, I'm not caught with an absolute mess of a place. I try to keep it as neat and tidy as I can. Ultimately it just means that if I'm needing something, I know exactly where I'm going. I can just go and grab it, put my hands on it straight away. Right, so let's have a wee look at the drone zone area. Drone zone area. So this isn't all just drone related, this area. It really probably should have been. Hold on, I'll fix this light. Yeah, sorry about that, a bit overexposed. So this area is all about the drones, but also it's a good place to put tripods and monopods. I've got some different types of tape here. I've got electrical tape, scotch tape, masking tape, reflective tape, double-sided tape, gaffer tape, everything you need. This is also where I just hang some clothes, so when I'm down here and I want to shoot a scene but I want to change my clothes, I can just pull on something. So I've got a cardigan, hoodie type thing there just now, but I usually have a couple of things there. These are for energy saving light bulbs. I don't even think you can see them, but I've just got these sockets here that I can just plug in, stick a light bulb in it, and away we go. It's a bit more lighting. So that's the drone zone area. This is my hard shell case for putting the drone in. If I'm going out and I think I'm going to be going somewhere a wee bit kind of dodgy and I might have a risk of falling or something, I'll use this case. And if it's just a drone that I'm carrying, I'll just use that. I've got a think tank bag. There's actually this one here. It's actually a camera bag, but I use it as a drone bag. It is the Perception 15 bag. That actually should just be hanging up there. Like so. I use that because I can put gimbals in the bottom of the bag and all the drone stuff up the top, and it's able to carry everything neat and tidily, and it just means if I'm out and about and I see something and I think, oh, I should have brought my gimbal, I did, So this side here I have shelves which we'll show you just now. So these shelves is basically where all my gear is stored if I'm not going to be using it for a while. So things like this camera that I'm using just now, I use this on every video, so that never ever goes up here unless I've got a lot of footage and I'm just going to be editing, and I'll stick all the camera gear on this shelf here. I've got lenses right along here, and I've got a camera body up here which is the Canon 550D. It's not a very good camera, it doesn't have a flip out screen and it's old, but I keep it because if I'm going to be jumping between video and photo, I use that for photo, this for video, and yeah, I've got a couple of photos on here of people that I've done photo shoots for. Not very interesting. Anyway, down here I have an audio controller and I have gimbal boxes, and I've got two of these mobile GorillaPod type things. You put your phone in here and it clips on, and two of them. Mainly for my mobile phones, I usually use my Huawei Mate 20 Pro, but I also have an iPhone 7 Plus. So that's where I have two of them, and I have Osmo bag and the Ronin S. The Ronin S is down here, which I don't know if you can see. Down a wee bit. So yeah, Ronin S down here. This is all stuff that basically just not really got a place to go. Aftershave and hair gel for if I come down here to make a video and my hair's a mess and I haven't done my hair, I can do my hair while I'm here. Vain I know, but some baby wipes so I can clean my hands because there's no sink in these rooms, but there is a bathroom area and a kitchen. So yeah, as I say, the Ronin S is here, and these are the bags for my LED lighting panels. I have two stands here and I have two Osmos. I've got the Osmo original and the Osmo 2, and this is actually a little thing that I use for sometimes vlogging. I can mount the camera on here. I just need to get a ball head for this because I kind of feel like I can't angle the camera, but I can stick this on here and it's really sturdy. It's just a metal pole essentially, but the cool thing about it is it actually opens up, has little tripod legs on it, and you just turn this wee thing here and it locks the tripod legs in place. It was cheap. I think it was only £3 or £4 on Amazon, and it is called iFlight. I recommend this over the GorillaPod thing because it's just a lot of stuff there. The most important part of this studio is actually sitting on my desk, but here I usually have 3 boxes. That's just odd camera accessories that I don't really use anymore. Then I usually have things for fixing, sticky pads, glue, cable ties, cable clips, all that sort of stuff in another box. Top box is always my sweets. It's running low. This is the box here. Stock is needing replenished, so that's basically where I keep all my sweets and stuff. So when I'm down here and I get hungry, I can just grab something. Got a pot noodle there as well. Not sponsored by pot noodle in any shape or form. Some diluting juice as well, and a bottle to put stuff in. These boxes here are all just to help me keep things organised. I've got just random accessories, which is like friction arms, mobile phone clamps, things like that, just screen wipes, all that sort of stuff. Audio equipment, microphones, microphone cables, all that sort of stuff. And this one here is just random cables, USB cables, things like for the drone, charging cables, all that sort of stuff. If I'm out and about, I take that box with me and I just stick all the cables in there so they don't get lost. Next thing I get is lighting equipment, so I have 2-man throttle, which I call mini suns because they're extra fucking bright. I've got them that I keep in there, and I've got a camera flash that I keep in there. and I've got like filters and stuff for the flash that I keep in that box, so it just keeps it nice and dry if I'm out and about shooting out of location. The next again box is GoPro equipment, so I've got 4 GoPros up here, 3 are fakes and 1 is a genuine Hero 4. So GoPros up here, and I very rarely use the GoPro, to be honest. I've got some camera cleaning stuff just along the front of these boxes. I have adapters and camera triggers for flashes. Speaking of flashes, down here I have some flashes, strobes, things like that. My camera bag is lying on the floor here. This is generally where I keep it. I usually just open it up, take out what I need, stick it all together, shoot, put it all back, and the bag just sits here. It's usually not as untidy as that right now. I'm very pernickety, very pernickety. So the camera bag usually sits down here, and yeah, down on this side of the bottom shelf, this is all of my equipment boxes. So if anything ever fails, I can stick it back in the box and send it back to get repaired or whatever. And this is a mirror. Why have I got a mirror? Like I said earlier, if I'm doing my hair, blah blah blah, I can do the hair and look at myself in the mirror and make sure that it looks neat and tidy. Also, because the desk is right next to the mirror, if I'm doing photos down here with someone, they can come out here and they can look amazing because they can do their makeup in here. So it just gives them a wee bit of space. This desk used to sit a different way, it used to stick out for the wall, and it used to be in the way of the mirror, so you were really tight up against it. So I swapped things around about here. Just turning this desk round actually made such a big difference in this room, and it actually gave me the ability to use this room. This was in the background. If I was wanting to make a video in here, you would be looking at this and it's just a mess. I mean, just a black wall is not any better, but at least it is just a black wall. So that's pretty much all of this room. I'll just give you a wee quick zoom round about so you can see it without me talking rubbish all over the top of it. If you've watched this entire video and you've liked it, give it a like, subscribe, and while you're at it, click the bell notification so that you get a notification when I upload another video. And I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.